Um, this is one of the original images in, I think this is A Raisin in the Sun. I forget the name of the show, but this image of the woman who's in there, and that's the white female character that she cares for. She's a grown-up girl. But this woman went on to earn the first Oscar. She was the first African-American woman to win an Oscar. But that's the original Mammy in entertainment media and movies. Okay, now the matriarch is considered the bad black mother figure. She's kind of opposite of the Mammy. She's a working mother, very domineering, so much to the point that she emasculates her male lover or husband. She's considered a failed Mammy. She's also considered bad for her family because she's there so much and her kids pick up all of her bad traits. Okay, these are what I consider matriarchs in entertainment media. There's Mama in What's Happening, the 70s sitcom. There's Mama, the black woman. The husband was in and out of the show. He'd come and they'd be nice to each other for a little while and he'd disappear again. He was never there that much. I consider Esther Roll a matriarch figure in Good Times. There she is. In this case, she's a strong woman, and eventually they killed James off the show. Now, I read that she said they asked her to take the show in the beginning, and they weren't going to give her a husband at all, and she refused it, but then they wrote James into the show, her husband. And if you remember anything about Good Times, he was always looking for a job, always disappointed, couldn't find a job. It was just... And eventually, James, toward the end of the series, he just got killed when he went to Mississippi one weekend. He was looking for work so hard, he went down to Mississippi and it just got killed in a tragic accident. Okay, the Jezebel figure. This figure traditionally was a sexually aggressive woman. She provided the figure provided a convenient rationale for the rampant sexual assaults by white men reported by slave women. And she's the foundation for the other three images, according to Hill. Okay, these are what I consider Jezebel figures. Actually, my grad student pulled up the one of Dorothy Dandridge there in entertainment media. This is Halle Berry in the movie where she won the Oscar. And I haven't seen that movie, but I hear she played a kind of a demeaning role. Monsters Ball? Yeah. So here's a question that I thought about. I said, well, I wonder if that today's this video vixen, all these girls you see in videos, is that a form of the Jezebel? I haven't explored it. I said I'd let some of my grad students do that if they got interested. But I'm thinking, is this a new form of the Jezebel? And I've read articles about this video vixen. The women who look very, they're always making sexually suggestive moves and dance moves in the videos. The fourth image is the welfare queen or the welfare mother. Welfare dependent. She's labeled a bad mother and not very aggressive. She is content to sit around and collect government financial aid. And she's another failed Mammy because of what she does. And of course, she's bad for her kids because she's there so much with her kids. Here's an image that Sheena pulled up. There's a lady. She's obviously looking like she's pregnant again. And there are 3 kids sitting around. And apparently, there's no father figure in the picture. I don't know the context of this photo, but that's typical. And this is a strong image out there because for the most part, black people, I think still there's a larger number of blacks on aid to families with dependent children, but percentage-wise, our percentage is larger, but just in raw numbers, it's still more white Americans who receive aid to families with dependent children. But the image is this black woman with all these kids. And like I said, that even spilled over into one of our U.S. Elected officials' way of thought. He just thought that was the image. So my question, like I said, that's kind of what that's the background that I use. I wonder, now that I see people like Condoleezza Rice and First Lady Michelle Obama in the forefront so much, I asked the question, are those 4 images still relevant today? Or not that I cared about all of them anyway, but and I asked the question, do today's black professional women and others fit into these images if you're going to comment on them in the media? Or another question, is it time for new images, more positive images and ways of looking at African American women in news particularly? So those are some questions that I ask. So I really started asking these questions when I see people stumble and struggle, and you hear terms like angry black woman. I'm thinking, do people say that about Michelle Obama because she's a new figure, successful, educated, high-profile woman, married with children instead of children and not married? I mean, do people really struggle with that image? Because I see it quite often, but when it's out visible like that, are people struggling and just think that, and then she's vocal? Is that why she's angry? I just say she's just expressing herself. The word hoe, since it came up, I just said, well, why did he, did something, I'll never know, but I said, why did he use that image? But then you see rappers using it. And then the Jezebel, I'm thinking, the video vixen, I kind of see that being a new form of the Jezebel image. So we did a case study. We just went through the literature and read to see what was happening. And we explored the 2 issues that I just mentioned about Michelle Obama and the terms that were begin to surface about her. This is what we're finding. Who is the angry black woman? Characteristics: successful, domineering, independent, educated, opinionated. She might hold an earned leadership position. Why, if you know a woman has all those characteristics, why does the term angry still crop up? Well, I don't know if you all remember this front cover of the New Yorker. First Lady Michelle Obama was described as an angry black woman over the course of the early parts of the 2008 campaign. She was scrutinized and picked apart and considered to be non-patriotic and angry. Here's the comment that really got her in trouble. I remember her standing there saying, for the first time, I'm proud of my country. And a lot of people got that comment and got the right propaganda behind it. And what I learned as I kept reading is that the campaign, and at the same time her polling negatives were so high, they pulled her to the side and kind of redid her image and put her on a script from what I read. And now they say that's why you see all the pearls and the references to her being another Jackie Onassis and all of the J. Crew sweaters and cardigans, and everything is rehearsed now. She's never off script. She's never given any of her opinion anymore like she used to in the early stages of the campaign. People have even talked about her eyebrows, how they meet in the middle. I know people wonder about my eyebrows too. But once again, I have read that they do work on her image, and she's pretty much kind of coached on what to say and how to do things these days. It's no more, you get on your plane and go campaign here. Mr. Obama goes and campaigns there. Everything is scripted by Mr. Axelrod and everyone. And I was going to say, I think the only thing you can really see of the real, in my opinion, of the real Mrs. Obama is that she cares about people. None of what, I don't really think you get to see all of her now. I could be wrong. But anyway, so my student, this is Sheena's part. She was always intrigued and kind of upset about the portrayals of women in Barbershop and Diary of a Mad Black Woman. And the one that really bothered her was Omarosa in The Apprentice. I don't watch The Apprentice, but she told me all this. And I said, well, Sheena, and her paper focused on the portrayals in these shows.